So I was wandering on the YouTubes. I was just feeling the bored. Like I was feeling the boring thing, which I can say that I was bored at the time, and I was wandering the YouTube videos, and I found that there are some channels who provide the animation cartoon videos in English, and you know that I am learning the English language, so I thought that instead of watching the podcast in English, which is sometimes gets very boring, uh, the concepts of the like in the podcast the topic they choose to talk about is very boring. Sometimes they talk about their self, which is also boring. Like who who person wants to know about others journey. like uh, I'm not kind of that person who enjoy everyone's journey. Like if there is a famous person or if there is a person who have some kind of a aura, then it would be very interesting to watch that kind of a podcast. But those seems very uninterested to me. So I thought, okay, this is going to be a very crazy thing. So I watched some of the videos and it was very great, and it's only in 10-minute videos. So I thought that okay, this very fun of a thing that I can also learn English, and I can learn the English. We are watching YouTube videos, those YouTube videos which is very helpful for the kids, and it would be very beneficial for me. But I came across a video, and the video don't have any sense, and I was finding the sensible thing for that video. Like uh, it was not kind of a Christopher Nolan movie that you thought, okay, I was the person who didn't get the movie, or the movie was uh, that kind of a senseless that didn't provide any sense to me. But this was not the case in the YouTube video. The YouTube video, or the animation video I would say, was very senseless. So it started with the story that there's a village, like they appeared, they have the animations of the Indian farmers, Indian wives, and they name that farmer Williams. This is a uh, British person's name or the English person name, and the wife name was Julie, and the son was Smith, some kind of a Smith, some kind of a Jeremy. Yeah, I remember that name. Jeremy, and the village name was some kind of a English name village. Like they said it was uh, ground powered, some kind of things. They didn't. Then village name is Lakshadweep, or any name with the last name was Poor. And I thought, okay, it would be good. Let's watch. If everything in English, they are narrating the stories in English, the characters are speaking in English. Why is like I don't have any kind of a problem with the English person's names and the English name of that village. I thought it would be okay. Then the story starts, and then the story goes like this: that there is a farmer, no, there is a fisherman who fish all day, does a very hard working job, sells fishes, but his son is very fat. He don't do any work, he sleeps all the time, and the both the father and the mother is very upset by his children, that their children doesn't work anything. So they were just thinking that what should I do, how this can change. And suddenly in the story, a child appears, and the child says to the Jeremy, that the son of that fisherman, the child says that, okay, Jeremy, you are my father. And Jeremy says, how can I be? I have no reason with anyone. But the parents didn't believe. They think, okay, I have doubt to that child who sleeps all day. They said that this is the child, I have the doubt because he sleeps all day, he doesn't do anything, he must have done this kind of a thing. So the story goes like this, and they accepted the child. And what happened is that so the father said, the men fisherman said to the son that, okay son, you have to go to get some fish, because we need to eat something, and also get more fishes so that we can sell to the market, so that we can earn something. and their main particular business was fishing. So the son of that fisherman goes with their sons, which is unknowingly unknowingly appeared in that story. And that the son, let's say, we would say that son who is appeared magically, we would name it uh, the magic person. He was the magic person because what the happened in the story is very amazing. He goes to the river, and the father, that uh, the Jeremy, thought for a second that okay, I would gonna put all of the words, like all of the fisherman thing to that child, and I'm gonna sleep. So the child, what does is, he goes to the nearby shore of the river or the bank of the river, and he chants some mantras, and all the fish appeared in the tub. So it's all happens for the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, and the fisherman or the Jeremy got confused that how can this small child catches so many fishes? How he able to do this? So so one day, they always go on that way. He thought that I would dismiss him by deceiving that I am sleeping, but I will not sleep. I will just pretend to sleep. So he caused that was his child, who is not his real child. I would say why, but he caught the child that he was chanting some mantras to get the fish, and he get to that son and ask him, okay, you are doing this great, and I want to learn these mantras by you so that I can perform to catch the fishes. The children teaches those uh, mantras to the Jeremy, and went they back home, and they eat fishes. After a few minutes, uh, the main parents of that magical child appeared, and they said, okay, my name is also Jeremy, but my son mistook you as your father Jeremy, because I was not here for around 7 or 8 years. I was at abroad, and I have some work, so he didn't see me, but he knew my name, so he thought that you are his father. So there are some kind of a mistaken thing, and and the story ends here. The thing is, what is the main thing of the story? What is the main thing of the story? They, in the first place, they told us that there is a person of that fisherman who sleeps all day, who doesn't work, and he who is very fat. First I thought that he was going to make too much hard works and going to thin. That didn't happen in the story. He was already fat and would be fat forever. And he didn't learn how to fish. He learned the magic mantras, how to catch the fishes. By whom? By his son, who is not his uh, direct son, but mistaken son. And this story ends here. So I thought, what it can teach to the children who are going to watch these things. Imagine a children is sitting with their smartphones and watching this kind of cartoons, maybe in Hindi, maybe in English. The story is the same as in every language. It would think that okay, there are some kind of a mantras available for each things. And like I was so confused that okay, I have to characterize the characters, that okay, what's the main purpose of those things that you have told me in this story, and where it's going to lead us. It leads us nowhere. So how can a child predicts or the get the think that okay, this story is going to tell me, like what we have seen the stories in that, in the end of the story they teach us that we have learned that by doing these kind of things you can get this, by doing these kind of things you can get this. But that story was, I would say, uh, what was that word, uh, not not completed. Yeah, it took me too many minutes to remember that thing. So the story is not completed, and it was some kind of a abstract thing to put those things in the YouTubes. uh, I don't know how I watched this thing. I thought that I would love the story, but I get confused that okay, what's going on there and why it appears like this. I was watching the thing Sheldon, and I thought like young Sheldon is too great instead of watching these kind of things. But the thing is, when you are a beginner, you have to watch these things because in kind of American TV shows, you don't have those kind of vocabularies or uh, those kind of ears who can capture the fast sounds that like they speak. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? And what's you doing? So like this is the I would say 0.5x if I'm going to compare to the American TV shows because they fast really speak not all the time but most of the time they speak very fast and in a very American accents and there are too many accents in America like Texas, the Californian accents, the New York accents, so it would be very hard. That's why we watch some kind of those stories that are illogical or not completed. It that has to be.